Is your roof holding up to your local climate and weather? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, I'm Greg Pelia, Digital Content Manager with West Roofing Systems. Today we sit down with Ron Perdue. He's going to cover the top roofing problems that we see in Georgia, along with the top types of roofing systems that you guys rely on to protect your buildings.
I am Ron Perdue with West Roofing Systems, service technician, and we're talking about roofing in Georgia. Some of the key things to the weather in Georgia is that it changes on a daily basis. It can be 100% humidity, it can be a storm rolling in the afternoon, it can be tornadoes. It's just a very tolerant area for storms. One of the key things with the heat there is that it can get up to 100 degrees as an ambient temperature outside, which can bring a roof temperature up to 160, 170 degrees. Probably the biggest benefit for the spray foam in Georgia is going to be your insulation. It's going to help reduce the energy cost for your air conditioner running in that kind of climate, along with having a good watertight seal on the roof. As far as for UV, it's going to give you the same reflectivity as some of the single plies. You know, it's going to have a white membrane on it, so you are going to get some reflectivity for the UVs that's going to help for cooling the roof down as well. So as far as the SPF when it comes to wind-related issues, it has the best adhesion factor. So during a storm, you know, the foam's only as good as what you're spraying it on. So if the existing substrate is attached and mechanically adhered to the building, when you spray to it, the foam's not going to release from the substrate. The substrate may release from the steel decking if it's a very bad storm, but generally the foam will not release. It'll come with the existing roof. So if you were spraying foam to a concrete deck in Georgia, the odds of that foam ever coming off would be 1,000,000 to 1. Georgia is very prone, it's part of that tornado alley. So, I mean, they get a ton of tornadoes there. Even when I lived there, I mean, there was, you know, usually there's 5, 6 tornadoes every year that have hit in that area. And at that point, it doesn't matter which roof system you put on. A metal roof's gonna come off, a single ply roof's gonna come off, and other than foam being sprayed direct to concrete, they won't come off because they've made it through hurricanes. If your gutters are clogged, more than likely they're going to fill up with water and a good chance of them being ripped off if they're not cleared out. So maintenance is a key issue, whether it's Georgia, Florida, Ohio. It's a key thing to keep those cleared out to allow that water to get off the roof as quick as possible. I would say probably with my experience in Georgia, some of the key things with the roofing there is that, you know, there is a lot of black roofing down there and rubber and single plies that are put on in a very high heat area, which tends to not last as long in the Georgia area, just because that UV is being absorbed with that high heat at such a high rate there for a longer period of time in the year. It's a little harder to put a roof on in Georgia because of the heat. And that was even in a spray foam situation as well because of humidity levels, which are the same scenario for your single ply roofs. They all have adhesives that are affected by the humidity levels. So if that glue cures too quick, you don't get the adhesion you need. So those are a lot of the factors that I've seen. The white membrane roofs seem to hold up really well there. The shingles seem to hold up not too well there. And it's all because of the heat and the UV rays. For any questions regarding spray foam or roofing in general, the best way is to get a hold of one of our service representatives, whether it be in our Georgia office or our Ohio office, and to be able to go out and look at the roof, discuss it with them, come up with the best option for them on their facility.
To learn more about roofing in Georgia, please visit our website or reach out to one of our sales reps.